Hello friends, so in this video I am going to explain you how you can write a recursive function to check whether the given string is a palindrome or not. It is also given that you need to avoid capitalization and spacing. Means suppose if we have a string Nitin, then we know that if we write it in a reverse order, means if I first write this N, then I, then this T, then this I, then this N, then since I am getting the same word as the original, so it is our palindrome. Now over here with capitalization, it means that even if it is written as this, now the reverse, because in programming small characters and capital characters, they are considered different because they have different ASCII codes. So usually, like if we do not avoid this capitalization, then this reverse of this we will get as this Nitin with N capital, and hence it will not be a palindrome. But as per the program, since we need to avoid the capitalization, so this and this small capital N and small n should be considered as same, and hence it should be a palindrome. Our program should tell that this word is palindrome. Apart from this, we also need to avoid spacing. For example, if we have something like this, there is a space in between. So for this also we need to avoid this spacing. So our reverse, it will be something like this. And since because of this spacing, space has also a ASCII code of 32, so as per the concept of the characters, it is not going to be the palindrome. But since in the program we need to ignore the spaces, so our program should consider this word with space in between T and I as palindrome. So to write a program for this, what we can do is, first we can ask user to enter the string. So suppose if user enter this string and it is like NITIN and terminated with null character, right? And suppose if it is located at 200, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205. Now what we can do is, we can first, after asking user to enter the string, what we can do is, first we will try to remove all the capital characters. Remove in the sense we will convert them into the small character. So we will just check each and every character whether the character is capital or not. Now to check that whether it is capital or not, we know that capital A has the ASCII code of 65, Z has the ASCII code of 90, and all the other characters, capital characters, they lie in between this. So what we can do, we can check a condition that if our character is greater than 65, greater than equals to 65, and if character is less than equals to 90, then it means that it must be the capital character. And in that particular case, what we can do is, we can increase the value of the ASCII code of that character by 32. So what we are going to achieve with this, suppose if we have capital A, then if I add 32 with this 65, I will get 65 plus 32 equals to 97, right? And 97, it is the ASCII code of small a, and 65, it is for capital A. So just by adding 32 to the ASCII code of the capital character, I will be able to get the ASCII code of the small character. Okay, so just if I check this condition and if the ASCII value of the character lie in between this range, then simply I have to execute this, and by executing this I'm just going to convert my character, capital character, into the small character. Similarly, for each character, since I have to ignore the space, so it is better to remove all these spaces, blank spaces that is there in the character, in the string. So since the ASCII code of the string is of the space is 32, so what we can do, we can check if the ASCII code of the character is 32. If it is 32, then we can simply, what we are going to do, suppose in this particular string, suppose we have one blank space over here at 202, so then it will be I and 206. Now if we found this space over here at 202, then what we need to do, we have to shift all these characters by one position towards right. So T will come over here, I will come over here, N will come over here, and slash this null character over here. Okay, so if space is there, we have to do the shifting. To do the shifting, what we can do, or that I will explain you in the program. So we will check the space and then we will do the shifting towards left, to shifting by one position towards left, and after that we can call the function to check for palindrome, whether our string is palindrome or not. So it means that first, with the help of this, we are going to prepare our string that is entered by the user of the program. We are going to prepare that string for our palindrome function, and for to write the function for the palindrome, what we can do is now to check the palindrome, whether the string is palindrome or not. Now over here we have this, we have removed this space. So to check whether this is, and this is small n, so to check whether this string is palindrome or not, let me erase this. What we can do is, first we are going to have two pointers, st and en. In st we are going to store the address of the first character, which is 200 over here. In en we are going to store the address of the last character, which is 204 in this case. So it is 204. Now we are going to compare this. We are going to compare the value at 200 and value at 204. If they are equal, then it means that there is a chance that our string is palindrome. But if this value is not equal, means value at 200 is not equal to the value at 204, if they are not equal, then immediately we can come to the conclusion that our string is not palindrome, and we do not need to check the remaining characters. Okay, but if it is equal, then we need to check the remaining character. So to check them, we will increase the starting pointer, we will decrease this ending pointer by 1, so that now this st pointer is going to point to the second character, and this end pointer is going to point to the second last character, and again we are going to compare them. After comparison, if they are equal, then it means that there is still a chance that this string is palindrome. But if it is not equal to, we can immediately come to the conclusion that string is not palindrome. So after this, again, if it is equal, if the values at these two addresses are equal, then we will again increase the st value by 1, we decrease the n value by 1. Now over here they are at the same, they are pointing to the same address. So of course, since they are pointing to the same address, so of course the character will be same. After that, if we again increase the value of the st by 1, we get 203, and if we decrease the en by 1, we will get 201. Now you can see that up to this position we have checked all the characters. We have checked all the characters means that we have checked first character with the last character, second character with the second last character. At this position, since the length of our string NITIN, Nitin, the length is 5 characters. It is an odd number. So this is the centered character, and since it is a center character, st and en, they are pointing to the same character, so we do not need to compare. And this, since already we compared, like 203 is this, 203 is this I, means second last character, 201 is this second character. So since we have already compared second last and second character, so we do not need to compare. So it means that we can stop over here. We have to check our function should check for the palindrome up to this level only, and from here you can see that the value of st up to this place, the value of st is up to this place, value of st is less than en, but after this st become equal to en, and after that st becomes greater than en. So we can put a condition that if st is less than en, then only we will check if the value of at st is equals to value at en. Okay, if it is equal to, if it is equal to, then we are going to call the function. If it is not equal to, then straight away we can declare that our function is not, our string is not a palindrome. So now let me write a program for this, whatever we have discussed. So first we are going to declare a function. We will declare the data type of our function as int, because we over here we are going to return value 0. We are going to return value 0 if our string is not palindrome, and we are going to return 1 if it is palindrome. Okay, so since we are returning the value, so I put int over here. Now let me name the function as palin, and over here, since I have to pass the address of the first and the last character, or the addresses of the two characters which I have to compare, so I will pass the reference to the first character, sorry, st. I will pass the reference to the last character. So this will be my declaration. After this I will go to the main program. In the main program, first I will ask user to enter this string. So enter the string, scanf then I will now after entering the string I have to prepare my string by avoiding or by removing all the spaces and by converting the capital characters into the small characters. So to do that, what I can do, I can start a loop for I equals to 0, I less than equals to strlen str, or it will be less than I plus plus. Then I will check for capitalization. If stri is less than is greater than equal to 65 and stri is less than equal to 90, then I put stri is equals to stri plus 32. So this is for the capitalization. Now after this I will check for the space. So if stri is equals to 32 means I am checking for the space. If there is an space, then what I have to do, I have to shift all the remaining character by one position towards left. To shift how I will start, I will start a loop again for j equals to I, j less than strlen str minus 1 j plus plus, and then str j is equals to str j plus 1 okay, and yes, इसको we do not need 1. So with this we will be able to shift the character. Let us check if it is going to work or not. To check, let me again take that word Nitin, N-I-T-I, sorry, I should put some space now. So T-I-N, and over here we have null character. Address is 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206. So we were at this. We have started a loop that is starting from I equals to 0. So we can put a table I, value of I is 0. Over here we check if string, this is our str. So if stri is equals to 32, when it is 0, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I is 0, we have n, stri, we have n. So since n is not equals to 32, so we are not going to come inside this if. So we are going to increase the value of I, it will be 1. Then since over here we have I, so again it is not equals to 32, so we will come to the next iteration of I, so the value of I becomes 2. Over here we have space, so now this condition becomes true. When it is true, now we come inside this and inside this we have this j equals to I. So j equals to I, value of I is 2, so value of j, it becomes 2. Now we put this condition, j less than str len str. Now what is the length of the str? It is 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it means that j less than 6. This is our condition. Now since j is 2, so this condition is true. Since it is true, we will come inside this loop, for loop, and we are going to do this, execute this. This is strj. Strj is 2. So str2 means we are talking about this location, this one. So str2 is equals to str2 plus 1, 3. So str3 mein we have t. So we are going to put, or I should write it outside. So we have n, I, then str2 I make it str equal to str3. So now it becomes t. After that we go to the next value of j. Still this condition is true. Since it is true, so I again execute this strj equals to strj plus 1. Now this time j is 3, so str3 means this location, it is equals to str4. So this becomes I. Now again the value of j is going to increment by 1. Again this condition is true. Since it is true, so we are going to execute strj equals to strj plus 1, and this time n will be shifted to this. Now again we go back, and the value of j, it becomes 5. Now since it is 5, so again since again it is true, again we are going to execute this. So str5 is equals to str6. So at 5 we will put the value of str6. So this null character also shifted. Now the value of j, it becomes 6, and since now this condition becomes false, this condition becomes false. Since it is false or now, so we will not stop executing this particular statement, and then we will go to the next value of I, which is 3. So in this way you can see. And now since our null character is this now, okay, so our loop is going to execute only up to now, and the length it becomes 5, because this will be the end of our string. Okay, so let me remove this. So let me come back to our program. So over here we put a code to shift, where if there is a space, then we are shifting it towards by one position towards left. And once we complete with this checking for the capitalization and for the space, after that we can call our function, which is c equals to plen. I pass the address of the first character, I pass the address of the last character. Okay, so this is the address of the first character, this is the address of the last character. And after this I am going to check if c is equals to 0. If c is equals to 0, then I will print that string is not palindrome. Else I will print string is palindrome. Okay, so I will just check this C. If it is 0, if the function has returned the value 0, then it means that our string is not palindrome. If the function has returned the value 1, then it means that our string is palindrome. And this will be the end of our main function. So in the main function, let me just give you overall what we have done. We first ask user to enter the string, and then over here we just remove all the capitalization, we remove all the spaces, and we convert capital character into the small character. After that we call the function, and over here after calling the function, if the value of C is 0, then we print not palindrome. If it is 1, then we print palindrome, right? And over here we should declare the variable I, J and C, because we have used this variable in our program. Now after this we will come to the definition of the function. st. So in st and en, these two variables or pointers, they will carry the address of the first character and the last character. After that, inside this body, we are going to check if this st is equals to no. Before this, we need to put a condition. If st is less than en, because if st is less than en, then only we need to check. So then we will check if they are equal, if the value at address st is equals to value at address en. If they are equal, then we are going to call the function again. Reverse st plus 1 en minus 1, and if they are not equal, then we are going to return 0. Means immediately if we got any pair which are not equal, then we are going to return 0. And over here return 1. So over here what I have written in the function definition, I first check if st is less than en. So if the starting address is less than en, then only we are going to check these conditions. Inside this we will check first if the values of st and value at st and at en, if they are equal or not. If they are equal, I am going to call the function again. But if they are not equal, immediately I will return 0. So in this way I will check all the pair. Now if after checking all the pair, if our function is able to come to this, because if the two characters, if they are not equal, then our function is going to return from here. Means our compiler will not be able to come at this particular position, so it will return from here only, and hence this compiler will be able to come here only if this condition is false, and this condition will become false only when we have already compared all the character pairs, means first and the last character, second and the second last character, third and the third last character, and so on. When we have compared all the characters, then only our program will be able to come over here. And if it comes over here, then it means that whatever comparison the program has done, they are, for all of that comparison, they are equal. For our first starting character and the last character, they are equal, and hence our string will be palindrome. So after that, with this return value, our program will check over here if for the value of C, and accordingly it is going to print the whether the string is palindrome or not. So let me show this in code block. So over here you can see that I have put the same function declaration, and in this main program I first ask user to enter the string, and then I put this code to remove the blank space and the capitalization. Then I called the palindrome function, and if it is 0, then I print string is not palindrome, else it is palindrome. And over here we have a function, and inside the function I checked if this condition is true. If it is true, then I execute this thing as I explained you in the explanation part, and otherwise it will return 1. So if I run this program now, over here if I entered say Nitin, then you can see it is giving me the result string is palindrome. Now if I enter some string which should not be a palindrome, means niti, it is not palindrome. So if I entered, you can see program is giving me string is not palindrome. Now if I again run this program to check if my program is going to work for capitalization and for another blank space, and now if I entered, then again you can see that it is giving me that string is palindrome. So means my program is checking for the capitalization, it is checking for the spaces, and it is checking for the palindrome. So with this I end this video. Thank you so much.